Well, kia ora koutou katoa, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the absolutely beautiful, unique and highly sought after 57 Smiths Road here in Matua. My name is Will Johnston. I'm your auctioneer for this afternoon's on-site auction. Brought to you by the Baston Group, powered by Bauer Real Estate. My job, very simply, is to just check for cash interest in the property. In terms of that cash interest, that is over to you in terms of your value proposition there. My job's just to facilitate a wee bit of happiness when it comes to that. Brent and Hunter and the Baston Group, I've had the absolute honour of presenting 57 Smiths Road here in Matua, built in 1971, and it is fair to say it gets used too often in our industry, but it is very much fair to say they do not build them like this anymore, and it is just something that is just so beautifully mid-century but also modernised. We'll go through that reasonably shortly. What I'll do first and foremost, I'll go through the terms by which we engage, if you will, then to the contract, a few choice points of the property, and then I'll check for your cash interest in it. So first and foremost, as the auctioneer, there's a few things that are afforded to me. They give me the right to nominate the sums by which we increase bidding, refuse bids, place bids on behalf of the owner called vendor bids. You, in terms of the bidders, have the opportunity to place bids in cash unconditional position. That means you've done your own due diligence. You've done everything from building reports should you require it. You've done your financial due diligence there in terms of the specialist as well. And then, of course, you've been furnished with a copy of the conditions of sale, any disclosures from Brent and Hunter via the vendors, and you are bidding on your own behalf. Today, if there's some sort of confusion when it comes to bidding, I'll very simply determine that and go back to the last undisputed bid. Everyone looks nice here, so I don't think there'll be any physical fighting, so that's good. And then the property may be withdrawn from the market at any point before it's sold. That's the right of the vendors to do so. Three things happen. If you're a lucky purchaser, you fill in the memorandum of contract after we've calmed you down, and 10% of the purchase price as a deposit, and 10 information when it comes to GST, but it's GST inclusive, so again, unlikely. So the property itself, in terms of legally described, 57 Smiths Road here in Matua and Tauranga, an estate and freehold, and again, you don't see them like this anymore. Freehold and Smiths Road in Matua, and some 1,325 square metres more or less of that freehold land underpinning your investment. Summarised in record of title SA51D folio 995, vacant possession on offer today, and in fact the vendors have been out for a wee while in terms of they've moved on to their next endeavours, and they are keen to move forward to the sale of the property, and 10 working days set down for the possession and settlement date of the property, unless that's otherwise mutually agreed by all applicable parties. So as I say, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those properties that doesn't come to the market very often. First time in 30 years to the open market as well, and you know when properties are held that tightly in terms of not coming to the open market, that they are properties that have had some fantastic memories, properties of quality, and properties that vendors will be sad to see go, but ready for their next chapter. In terms of the living here at Smiths, well, it is definitely easy, and there's plenty of places to do that living. We can start when it comes to the multiple living areas. I do like how well separated they are, and you can seal them off as well. The more sort of formal area we're standing in at the moment, with great connection to the outdoors. Remiss of me to not talk about the wood trim throughout the property again. So beautifully modernised, but also kept as it was yesteryear as well, and just brought up to a good standard. Other living, slightly more informal, and in around that sort of dining area there as well, and that beautifully modernised kitchen, but again with the touches of wood, still just so cosy and warm on a day like today, which we're definitely not used to in the Bay of Plenty, are we? Well, this summer's been different, but let's not talk about that. In terms of the living outside when it comes to the property, well, it is built around that fantastic pool area. I've just been informed that I believe it's 11 feet deep at its deepest. So the reason that there is a little walk the plank there as well is because you can definitely do bombs in the pool. When it comes to 57 Smiths and those family Christmases, you can just imagine it with everyone around the pool and the barbecue area. Some points of note when it comes to Smiths, obviously tucked back down off the road, but also the dual access way available for you off that Eaton Crescent there as well. So the opportunity potentially to have access there should you so choose. So again, very rare in a property of this nature. And then the accommodation, quite like that is separated as well. The master bedroom's basically an apartment by itself. It is so spacious, and then all of the other bedrooms as well, nice and spacious. Modernised bathrooms. There's just so much to love here, there really is, with that 70s architectural design. And then, look, we haven't even got to the location, but we've pretty much run out of time. You know that Matua is a great location. Ferguson Park just down the road here as well, and one of those fantastic, good and sought after streets in Matua. So, give it the opportunity when it comes to cash, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, we move to that conditional market. For those who haven't quite got themselves into a position, I'll give you 3 opportunities when it comes to cash today on 57 Smith. So first call for an opening bid. Second, not here to dilly-dally, ladies and gentlemen. A third and final. I'm going to pass the property out, I'm going to hand it back, I'm going to close the auction, hand it back to Brent and Hunter to deal with parties outside of auction terms and conditions. There are a few of those who will be exceptionally excited that the handbrake is now literally being taken off. And you are able to participate should you so choose. Property is priced by negotiation at the moment, so the price has changed obviously from auction to price by negotiation. If you'd like to have a bit of an insight in terms of value, where the vendor's heads are at in the process of making an offer, we get in touch with Brent and Hunter at your earliest convenience. Do not expect this property to not be under offer for too long, especially with the current situation in terms of what it presents to the market. So that ends the offering we've got here for you when it comes to 57 Smiths. Thank you for those who are here in person. Thanks to those viewing online. We'll see you at another auction with the Baston Group, powered by Bauer Real Estate, reasonably shortly. Cheers and good afternoon. And thank you.